One. Hello friends, welcome to the first YouTube channel by Sanjay and Arun. So today, after experimenting many biryanis, east, west, north, south, so finally we are here with one of the best recipes which we have successfully identified, and today is something like we wanted to show you the amazing biryani. Once you prepare this biryani the way we show, I'm sure you would love the biryani, and you would recommend and you prepare again and again. So quickly, let's go to the ingredients what we have. So we are making 2 kgs of mutton biryani. For that we have taken 2 kgs of basmati rice, soaked, cleansed for 3 times and soaked it. So let's keep it for half an hour. And second, we have for 2 kilos mutton biryani we have taken 800 grams of onions and 800 grams of tomatoes. And here we have something we call it as sisters, dhania and pudina. So we have half cut of dhania and half cut of pudina, and 1 lemon if required for the taste. In case if tomato doesn't give the khattaness, then we're going to use lemon. So after that, for masalas, what we have lavang, we have elaichi, we have what we call cinnamon, and we have bay leaf and flour.
Small flour.
So this is a raw, I missed it, this is the main one, pataka, green chili, very influencer. Then for oil, I have chosen, though while preparing many biryanis we have taken so many oils options, but one of the best biryani comes out of groundnut oil, trust me. Then we have ginger and garlic. So why I have taken separately, because ginger goes less and garlic goes less and ginger goes more. So we need to balance that taste and the texture. And we're going to add any colors. For the colors, I have taken Kashmiri mirchi, and for a spiciness, red chili powder, extremely spicy one, but we will use it, and curd. Then most importantly, we have vegetarians, please close your eyes. This is for pure non-vegetarians. A mutton, 2 kgs of mutton, right? Nicely washed. I purposely chosen little bit of fatty mutton so that flavor goes into the rice, and while you're having, you lick your fingers. Okay, and with that we will start the process. So I'm going to show you a step-by-step process. How do we make this biryani, and how will be the finishing touch. So let's put on the stove and see next. So here we start the process. To start with, groundnut oil, we need to take a 400 grams for 2 kgs of mutton biryani. So this is a 300 grams bottle. Let's empty it. And let's take 100 ml from the other bottle. Let's say 100 ml. I think this is fast enough. Maybe 5-10 grams here and there, that's okay. So you have to keep it on the high flame, let the oil get heated. So these are the masalas what we're gonna put it. So once oil is hot, then start putting this masala so that these masalas will leave their own aromas. So let's start with elaichi, and let's start with lavang, flour. You can break it, and cardamom and bay leaves. So what is the measure of this masalas? So I have taken 12 pieces of elaichi, 16 pieces of lavang, and 2 flour, and 3 bay leaves, and around 8 small stems of cardamom. So that's the raw masalas what we have. So what do you need for biryani? This most important thing is okay. So we have our cameraman Arun with us, Mr. Arun Krishnamurthy, and yeah, it started leaving its aromas. So we'll keep our onion ready. So once the masalas is bit heated, 800 grams of the cut onions we're going to pour it. Okay. So what we have to do now is, let's get these onions into a golden brown color, but please be careful, it should not burn, otherwise the biryani is gone for toss. You may get a bitterness. So ensure you have full focus on onions, because this is the main process in entire biryani. So let it get fried, let it get brown, and let it get golden brown. So let's leave it for few minutes. Keep mixing it, keep mixing it, keep mixing it. Oh yes, it's taking fine shape. So why we pour 400 grams of oil? There are 2 reasons to it. One, it helps the onions to get golden brown, and second, it ensures that rice does not stick to each other, and it gives you a nice shine on the rice at the end. So don't compromise on the oil. Here we go. So see how the onions are getting transformed. So now it is, onions are turning to be a soft, and this is second stage of onion. When it's get fried from a raw, then it's become transparent. Now this is a critical stage, you need to be very careful. Once onions becomes transparent, it takes very quick to get it brown. So we need that golden brown, that's it, not further, to have this texture and the taste. Well, it's turning. So biryani in nature itself, it's a unique stuff comes into mind. So every state has got its own flavor of biryani. Good. It starts from Kerala, it starts from Tamil Nadu, it starts from Karnataka and Andhra, and West Mumbai. We do get biryani, good biryanis in Gujarat and MP. And coming to northern part, yes, Mughlai biryanis. And go to a Kolkata, you get Kolkata biryani, a big piece of aloo and meat. It has got its own different flavor. So in general, biryanis are basically like, so many biryanis are there. So I being the biggest biryani fan, and I've been to all these places to taste the biryani, and thought of why don't we take some biryani out of all this and try an experiment. But okay, now we got this golden brown, so let's slow the gas, put it on the So now it's not on a higher. This texture is perfectly fine. This texture is perfectly fine. So this gives you the basic foundation for the biryani. The texture, the taste. Now, so let's take a coriander. So this plays a two major role. One, it calms down the heat, the onions, so that you don't burn further, and it leaves beautiful aroma in this masala. So let's spread. So can you see the sound? It is calming down the onions so that it doesn't. Wow, chew, chew, yeah. So mix well. That's the sound. It's calming down the onion, so that onion will not burn further and it remains the way we wanted, the golden brown. So onions is almost done. So now this is your way you need to give attention. So now in this stage, now onions will turn immediately to golden brown. So here you need to be a little bit focused so that it is not burnt. Okay. So now let's take some 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri chili. One more, so 2 spoons of Kashmiri chili. So you need to add this Kashmiri chili while your oil is hot, so that it leaves the nice color. So you don't require to put artificial color to your wonderful biryani. So 2 table teaspoons of Kashmiri chili powder. You can look at the texture, how the color got changed, red in color. So this color, it gives nice texture to your biryani without putting in any artificial color. So now it's done. So now we will take one teaspoon of hot chili powder. It is spicy, so that the Kashmiri is not that spicy, and this 1 spoon what we put the spicy chili, so that balances and it gives the color as well as the spiciness what we need for the biryani. Quickly add some pudina to it, or a half cut, that's it. This pudina, and mix it well. The pudina will give you a biryani flavor. Mix it well. We go with a few green chilies. If green chilies are not spicy, you can go for 10. If it is spicy, limit yourself to 6 to 8. Mix it well. So it's the main process where I see the time-consuming process is getting that lovely onions to a golden brown. Rest, it is a cakewalk. You don't require to spend much of time. And once your onions are done, your meat will take 20-25 minutes. I took a tender meat, so I'm not using a cooker. And it'll take 20-25 minutes. And then we'll put rice and put it to a dum. So hardly it's 1 hour 10 minutes. If patiently if you do it. So here we go with garlic paste. Since it's a 2 kgs of mutton biryani, we put 2 tablespoons of garlic and 3 tablespoons of ginger. Okay. And let's give light spin to it. It doesn't require to cook, doesn't require to, you need to cook it a long time. Just mix it, because now we're going to put meat and it will get boiled with the meat and you don't get that raw smell at all. Okay, now we have added ginger garlic. Now salt, let's put 2 tablespoons of salt, Don't overdo it. If required, you can put it later. However, at this moment, the 2 tablespoons is sufficient. So here we're putting some curd, 400 grams of curd for 2 kg biryani, 2 kg mutton and 2 kg rice biryani. So exactly 400 would be perfectly fine to give that texture and the taste, and mix well. And I kept the stove on slow so that all this mixtures goes well. So I mixed that, and now it is the time to put it on high flame and add your tomatoes. For 2 kg of mutton biryani, I have taken 800 grams of tomato. Add to it. Mix it well on the high flame. Let this tomatoes mixed nicely. Okay, so if I just mix it, now there's a time to put your mutton to it. So there's 2 kgs of mutton. I'm just putting it truly, and then we'll mix it. It is little tender, so get nice rib pieces. Generally, if you ask a butchery, like, give me a mutton for biryani, most of them they do it. You don't require to put your brains or something like that. They are masters, so give them opportunity. Okay, and so I've put 2 kgs of mutton and mix it nicely so that the masala goes through all the pieces of the meat, right? That's how it looks like. That's how the texture looks like. People say that they are magic in hands, especially for the people those who cook passionately. So I've been blessed with many of those people around me who makes an amazing food, and food being my weakness, and I love, especially the friend circles which you have. They all are amazing cooks. Okay, now let it get boiled for 25 minutes on a high flame, and say around after 5 minutes, right, just open the lid, mix it properly again, and put it on the slow stove and let it be there for 20-25 minutes. Don't disturb it. Okay, mix it well before we add water. Perfect, beautiful, nice. So now let's add since it's a 2 kgs of mutton and 2 kgs of rice, so I'm adding 2 liters of water. So just to have a measure, here we go with the last final, which is, so it's 2 liters. Mix it well. I've just added leftover pudina, so that the pudina, the one we put along with the onions, gives a different texture, and I reserved a few of them, so I'll allow them to boil with meat and this masala, so it gives you a further pudina flavor. Now it's time to get boiled 10 minutes on a higher flame and 15 to 20 minutes on lower flame. In between, you just check the mixer, and once your meat is cooked 80%, then you're going to start the rice process. So 10 minutes on high flame, let's say. Ooh, nice boil. Just mix it once. Yeah. Right. Your meat pieces are well dipped. Well dipped. Now it's time now for 20 to 25 minutes on a slow flame. Okay, now it is 25 minutes on a slow flame cook. Let's see now what is the state. Ooh, look at this. Be careful, it's hot because it's been kept close for 25 minutes. Oh, it's a nice boil. Let's check the pieces. How it's cooked. The texture. The aroma is so tempting, so tempting. The biryani flavor is already started releasing from the masalas and the meat, and look at the texture, right? We have not put any color, but with that Kashmiri chili powder. Wow. So let's look at one piece, how it's cooked. Bone is getting separated from the meat, so it's a sign that it's cooked till the end. Let's see how it's cooked. Let's take a fork and see how it's cooked. Fine, it's cooked. 80% it's cooked. So now it's a time for us to add soaked rice. So we have soaked rice for almost half an hour. Now it's time to put the rice. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so meat is cooked to 85%. Let's check the salt and spiciness. Right. So we put 1.5 tablespoons salt. Salt is a little bit. Now it's the right time to add 1/2 spoon of salt, because remember earlier we didn't put much of salt because let's not take a call. So we restricted ourselves to put 1.5 spoon. Now we have put a little bit to balance it out. Yes. Perfect. Now this is the time. This is a perfect time to put our soaked basmati rice. So here we go. There's a 2 kilo of basmati rice soaked half an hour before. So slowly drop it in this biryani. So soaked, it looks so lovely. Until unless you give your hand to this biryani, you won't get taste. So here we put the soaked rice. Now level the rice. Yeah. So the perfect measurement for biryani to get is the rice and the water level should be get equal, so that your biryani will come perfectly fine grind without any breakage and without any of this. So this is how texture looks like. Now put your flame to high, close it, 5 minutes, recheck. Once the water level and rice level is equal, put it on the slim, 15 minutes. We are done with our biryani. Okay, so 5 minutes on the high flame. So it started boiling it. Now put it on the slim, low flame, and put some weight on it so that the dum process takes place. Leave it for 15 minutes from now, and we'll see the finishing touch. So 20 minutes is done for putting into a dum. So let's see how it is. Is the clothes here? Let's see how biryani comes into it. 20 minutes of biryani. Perfect. Seems perfect. Grains are separating. Oh. Mm-hmm. You can see a rice, it's not sticking to each other. It is. Oh, that's finely dumped. Wow. So here we are. Most amazing biryani. The aroma is so super, and when you see the texture, and the looseness of the rice, and look at the shine on the each grain. So this is what I was saying there, the oil what you put, don't compromise on the oil. That gives you a fine shine on the rice. And look at the grain. It's perfectly cooked as a biryani. So this 4 kgs of biryani will suffice for 12 people. Okay. So the guests which I have now arriving in now afternoon for the lunch, 12 people. So this will suffice for 12 people. If it's a good eater like me, try 8 maximum. One more thing, I really won't recommend any side dish for this biryani, because it's so tasty. And still, if you require, you can have it, but try it once. It's easy to make. There's no rocket science. Follow the process. In between, check in the taste, check in the process, and it's just like follow. It is not rocket science. It's just you need to follow what it is like. The most important part in the biryani, what I have seen, learned, and experienced is the quantity, measurements, and the process of cooking. So certain things require certain time to process. Just follow this process and you will have amazing biryani like this. So do try it and enjoy your biryani. So now it's time to have some biryani on plate. Wow. Let's have some biryani on the small plate before. I really don't want to disturb this biryani before my guest arrives, but for you, let me see the texture of this biryani, and the aroma is so super, and the meat, it's cooked to a fine. The meat you not even broke. It's still there, and it's just like a piece of it. When you remove it, you get it in your mouth. So friends, enjoy this, and hope you like the recipe. Do try this and see, and impress your guest, and enjoy yourself with your families. God bless you. Look at the bones has been separated separately, so it is cooked so finely. So enjoy your biryani, enjoy your life. God bless. to all lucky people. Bye bye.